What is up, and welcome into the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I am your host, Ezra McCann, and I'm joined, as always, by my outstanding co-host. He's a Chicago Public League legend. He's a Simeon legend. He's a Grambling State legend. He played second base for the Tigers. Back in the day, he was all SWAC, and he is now the head baseball coach at Simeon High School. He is none other than Brandon Williams, a.k.a. Coach Smoke. And we've got our NFL uh, all-around analyst, all-around football analyst and expert. We're going to call him an expert. You can see him. I saw you in the big chair on the Give Me the Hot Sauce podcast just last week. You can catch him everywhere. He is none other than Glenn Morgan, our GM. And gentlemen, the last time we talked, all right, the Bears had just moved to 6-3. All right.
Yeah, we said,
And there were two of you guys on this podcast that said they hadn't all the way bought in, and they weren't ready to say that this team was a good football team. We had four games. The next four games, we said if the Bears go 2-2, that would be a successful 4 game swing there. The Bears are 2-0 in that
hmm
in those 4 games. Are you guys ready to say this is a good football team now at 8-3?
uh,
I'm gonna bite back a moment and say I didn't say they weren't a good football
that's
team.
I was
You guys said you weren't ready to say that.
okay. I thought I didn't know
But,
if we
but,
said
but
that
it's
or
not
not.
saying that it's not saying that we don't think they're good. It's just that
They still hadn't beat nobody.
and
That was the
that's
premise.
right, and it's still questionable at this point in time because Pittsburgh. I mean, when Pittsburgh was in first place in their division about 3 or 4 weeks ago,
When we played Baltimore,
we played Baltimore. People were still like Baltimore was going to win that division, and they were 1-5 until they played the Bears, and then went to 2-5, and they were like, "Yeah, Baltimore's on his way back to win that division." And Pittsburgh still had like a 3 game lead. As it is right now, Pittsburgh is in second place. So,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and and we did face them, although I believe that Mason Rudolph posed a potential bigger problem just because of his arm would stretch the field of the Bears not having linebackers. The starting 3 linebackers, I thought, or the top 3 linebackers, I thought that it could be an issue. And it was. I mean, of course, the Bears made it closer. So again, you know, there's issues. I think what the Bears are a confident team. I think the Bears are a competent team that makes mistakes still that are growing pain mistakes. As the season continues to wear on, they're making less of those, but they still make them, but they're making less of those. But because they are a confident team, they're finding ways to correct enough of those missteps to win games. And winning games is key, obviously. But I think it's key to their development. It's key to their identity. I think it's key to their growing confidence. I think it's key to the reoccurring message that the coach and the coaching staff is using to reinforce what they're teaching. So that makes them a very dangerous team. I think the Bears are proving that there's more depth to this team than we may have suspected. But I also think the Bears have been fortunate enough that they're facing teams that are also dealing with significant injuries that it hasn't come back to bite the Bears. So that being said, 2-0 on this stretch of 4 games we talked about. And I think they may be catching Philadelphia at a good time this coming Friday. Philadelphia coming off of a loss, coming off of a lot of questions within their own camp internally. So again, in the NFL, I'll say this last thing. I'll get off my preaching podium at the moment. The NFL, a lot of times, your continuity and consistency are key, but also when you catch a team, because you can look at a schedule before the season begins and you can count the wins and losses. But I always say it all depends on when you face that team, when you catch them, when they catch you. And the Bears have been fortuitous this year in a lot of respects. All that to say doesn't take away from what they've accomplished. It just still has yet to be proven that they can handle a Los Angeles Rams, that they can handle even Philadelphia this coming week with even internal issues, handle Seattle Seahawks, handle hey, even Dallas. The Bears beat up on. That's the one team that the Bears did beat up on. Right now, Dallas is beginning to look like a bit of a problem. Even Eberfluster is starting to put his stuff together with the defense.
I'm not worried about the Dallas Cowboys.
No, not necessarily.
But
when you catch a team.
And I said this to somebody when it came to Dallas and Eberflus. This is the first time since even when we had Eberflus, that he has a true 3 tech to run his defense.
Makes a difference.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a difference.
And
just saying,
is healthy. He's got a linebacker.
Just saying, like we that's something that we talked about a lot on this podcast that went kind of ignored through his tenure here. He was never given what he truly needed for his defense to truly succeed. Just saying that. Were you done?
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, you yeah. So we've got Philadelphia, by we the Bears, of course. Philadelphia, Green Bay, Cleveland, then Green Bay, San Francisco, and Seattle. I mean, not Seattle. I'm sorry, Detroit. So I don't know what Cleveland team will be like when we face them. They talk about bringing Gabriel Dillon back. I think they should, at the very least, just stick with Shedeur just to see what they have in their quarterbacks.
Well, he's starting next week.
Is he? Okay.
Shedeur, they already named him to start.
Okay. But I don't know if he'll be the starter when the Bears play him. I guess it's to my point. So, but what will still probably be pretty consistent is that defense. Cleveland's defense doesn't look like it's going anywhere. As a matter of fact, it looks like the defensive line with the young guys are even improving more. Mason Graham, who was with the Wolverines, I believe, just last year or year before last. So the interior of the defensive line is going to be a bit of an issue. Anyway, that being said, I do believe going forward, these remaining games down the stretch, because we're Bears are 8-3 now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's the record.
6 remaining games. Let's say it again. If the Bears should go 3-3 down the stretch, I think they'll be a legit playoff team. If the Bears are fortunate enough to finish the season, let's say 12-5, and at least host a game at home, it'll be very interesting to see. If nothing else, man, this Bears team is an interesting and intriguing team because even with their close margins of victory here, they're still finding ways to win. But you can tell if you're watching the games, they're getting better each week. And as a Bears fan, we realize that, man, like this is only the tip of the iceberg, as they would say, the beginning part of the preface of the book, whatever saying you want to come up with. This is we're at the very beginning of something that could be sustainable and special for the next decade.
Yeah. So to go back to the original point of us saying were they good or not, I know I've been on here kind of been the downer from jump. from game one, I've been the downer. Each week they've won. I've still come on here and I've spoke about how they haven't played nobody. I think now currently I'm just at the point where it is what it is. And I'm, although still cautious, I am seeing the growth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the growth. I am still cautious because, yes, we haven't played anybody. I am cautious because, yes, our past traumas are real. I mean, so like I still find myself not trying to get head above heels on things, but watching that game Sunday was probably one of the first times I felt, and it could be being that because of how they won so much, now I've become used to it. how they won that I found myself never phased by that game Sunday.
Right.
Like I never doubted that they would. I felt they were going to win that game no matter what.
You got callous emotions.
Only time I was a little apprehensive was I'm like, oh, the Steelers are kind of taking it slow on their trying to score here. I felt like you could tell like they were trying to make sure if they did score, we didn't have time. But I wasn't worried. And it was like, and I'm like, everybody on social media saying ugly win. And that was one that to me didn't seem ugly.
No, it didn't seem ugly.
It didn't seem ugly to me.
For me,
yes,
you guys
yes,
say
Caleb.
you guys,
yes, Caleb had the sack fumble.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to.
He had the sack fumble, but that was one of the cleaner games he played. Mm-hmm. That was one of the games where we had guys running wide open, like, and things was happening offensively. Defensively, we are so injured. You got to take the good and you got to take the bad. What comes with both. We got our 2 takeaways. We had 2 takeaways, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got our 2 takeaways, and both were big. And that could be a big thing too. The first takeaway, we finally got 7 off of it. That meant a lot to me because I'm like, we typically get a turnover. We either get 3 or we don't do nothing with it. We got 7 off of it, so I was like, okay, I'm getting there. I believe. I still don't think we're as good as
the record.
As the records show, but I do see the progress. I think I am. I lost my train of thought right there. I don't think we're as good as the records show, but we are growing in a positive direction, and I think next year. Whereas early on, I was worried about us having a good record and that next year we face a tougher schedule. We're going down. I don't see that decline. I don't see that decline because to me, it's not fluky growth anymore.
Right.
It's growth that can be measured and you see it. Caleb's still inaccurate, but at this point for me, it's like that's who he is. Take it for what it is. I think he don't throw a very catchable ball, which is a gift and a curse. That's why guys on the defense can't catch it, and that's why sometimes we drop it. So you live with that. Hey, as long as they can't catch it on the defense, we live to fight another day. And so it's like I'm starting to see the positives more so than the negatives. But I've been seeing it with Caleb, the positives. I was more so
overall.
I was more so not completely high on Ben Johnson yet. Getting these first 2 after we said gotta go 2-2. I'm shifting to okay. Still don't like the good, better, best, but it is what it is.
Did I send you guys?
Yeah.
You know where he got that from?
Why? Yeah. You sent
got
it
from Billy Williams' Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, you sent it to us.
Okay.
All right, maybe I'll rock with it a little bit. You know, I like Billy Williams.
But also one more thing, and Glenn, you touched on this. It is starting to seem like some destiny type thing going on here. Like Jim said, getting a team at the right time means a lot. And it does seem like some reason the Bears keep getting the breaks that
I don't know if they're necessarily getting a break on going.
It's fortuitous matchups.
Well, no, it hasn't.
Fortuitous matchups.
I'm speaking up to this point. Up to this point. I'm not. I don't know if I'm not too happy you coming off that Philly win. I mean Philly loss. How they lost and us having to go to Philly. I'm like, this could be
I
this.
actually
This could get ugly.
I watched the end of that game, and Dak is my fantasy quarterback, so I was very happy with his performance, obviously. But seeing how the
I
Eagles
Tells
did
yourself like,
lose,
oh,
yeah,
this could be ugly
yeah,
for
it
us.
was ugly early, but
No, I
but
disagree. I think we catch them at. I think we catch them at a really good time because there's a lot of internalized stuff going on with them, and this is the same shit that they was giving AJ Brown crap about because he called his team out a few weeks ago saying this don't look right. The offense we don't look right. We're gonna face some problems if we don't fix it. And they like, okay, AJ on that bullshit again. AJ on it, and sure enough, now you got Saquon saying the same damn thing. Hey, all I know is
Well,
last year,
but
I was getting the ball.
he need to be the one saying because he the problem.
yeah,
Well,
that's
he's
what.
been
He's the problem.
So
And keep coming
Saquon.
at Hurts. He's the problem.
I was watching the because of watching that at the end of that game. I was like, let me see what's going on in Philadelphia. So I turned on NBC Sports Phillies post game show with Jason Avant from Carver High School, Chicago guy. Who else is on that show? Michael Barkan is the host. What's the guy's name? Defensive former D lineman. Barrett. What is that dude's name? Um,
Former Tennessee edge rusher.
Bear Brooks,
Oh no.
Ron Jaworski, who is one of my favorites. And they were talking, and Jason Avant brought up Saquon Barkley and said that he's been running satisfied,
Mm,
meaning that,
from last year,
yeah, I won my Super Bowl.
2000.
Yeah, so I'm, instead of trying to get some extra yards, he's running under tackles or running out of bounds, not taking them on, and basically just said he's not the player that he was when he first got to Philly, and that needs to be rectified. That's some strong statement to have with a franchise guy like Saquon Barkley, and they were upset after that loss, man. It was like
I mean, but
I may watch this Eagles post game show every week now.
if you watch the game, especially down the stretch, you had the swing out he threw to him, and then he
Fumble.
spun. No,
Oh, not that
not the
one.
fumble.
Okay.
Before that, he spun and nobody was even there. He just did a spin move,
Mm,
which allowed the defender to catch up to him and then tackle him out for no gain. Whereas just catch the ball and run, you trying to make highlights, just go.
Yeah,
Then you had the fumble. Then you can't stay on your damn feet with the play that I felt kind of speaks to what you're saying. If he just catch the ball and continue to run upfield, maybe he burrowed through, maybe make it a 4th and 1. I mean, a 3rd and 1 versus a 3rd and 2. Uh, and then Hurts got sacked the next play, but he slipped on that play,
mm,
on that second down play. Hurts dumped it off to him. He's running. He slips trying to cut back. If he just run up the field, maybe he falls for the first down. So, but his production has been way off,
mhm.
and it's been put on Jalen Hurts for how the offense looked. But the numbers for Jalen Hurts are actually better this year than they were last year. The only thing that has changed, I mean, anytime you go from averaging 125 yards a game to 66,
It
that's a
is.
major drop off. The offense is definitely going to look different at that point. And I'm
Yeah.
not blaming him. I think the offensive line isn't as good as it was last year
Right.
either.
Right. And a different
You know,
coordinator. Let's keep it real. I mean, it's a
that too.
different coordinator. This is like this. This is his fourth coordinator in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And what kills me is that Philly still keeps winning and the fans are still pissed. I'm like, dude, we're trying to get anything together.
Man,
Coach,
Well, that's
y'all,
just that's
y'all
that's
man with
that's
11 wins.
that's just the natural Philadelphia
Yeah,
personality that's coming
yeah,
out. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. They
They
always
just
so
always
happy,
just pissed off.
always surly.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I'll say a couple of things real quick. Just going back to the records, and and Caleb, I've said it, I'm sure more than once. His trajectory, even in Eds, it reminded me when Ed said, throwing the football, and I think maybe Brandon said it as well. It's like maybe it's a good thing and a bad thing. He's throwing it so hard that the defenders can't catch the ball and what have you. His trajectory reminds me so much of Brett Favre. It really does. I know there's a lot of Mahomes comparisons because recency bias. I
mm-hmm.
get it. It's such a Brett Favre trajectory in terms of you got a coach and the coach has got to harness your ability to do all the phenomenal things you do, but to get you to do the regular stuff, on a regular basis. And Caleb, I think, is maturing a little faster than Brett Favre did, but he's still doing some Brett Favre stuff, holding on to the ball too long, making plays, which is great, but then all of a sudden doing something that's detrimental to you as you're trying to make a play, like being caught in the end zone this past game and giving up 6 points to the defense. So I think he being Caleb is moving. It's just I want people to try and if they can remember back to Brett Favre and what that meant to the Green Bay Packers and to the Green Bay Packer legacy that we're currently still in the midst of seeing, although it seems like it's on the tail end a little bit when you went from having a quarterback for 17 years or 15 years, whatever it was in Green Bay to Aaron Rodgers, because all of a sudden Green Bay knew what it looked like to have a type of quarterback to do things you needed to do. And it was a litany of quarterbacks that came through that system that went on and left elsewhere because of Packers able to trade those players, those quarterbacks, get out the talent. Those quarterbacks succeeded elsewhere, but it also helped if you develop. So for example, Bajent could be someone that maybe in a couple of years the Bears are able to trade and get some value for. And because of now, the Bears will know what it looks like to have a good quarterback. You still bring in quarterbacks to kind of keep Caleb on his toes, but those quarterbacks develop, and it's another farming system. That's one thing. The other thing, when it comes to this Bears season and its record, I think if you want to try and quantify how both B and I are saying that 8-3 is nice, but it ain't really quite 8-3. I think you can look at the other conference and look at the New England Patriots. Their 9-2 feels a lot more legit, so to speak, than the Bears 8-3. Beating Buffalo in Buffalo was big because it's just a mental hurdle to get over a team that's been dominating their division over the last several years. It was a road win, and I think they've got a significant amount of good road wins. And I can't remember all of who they've beaten, but they've beaten a couple other decent teams as well. So their 9-2 seems a bit more assured. I won't say comfortable. Patriots.
They beat the Bills and the Bucks.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off I think they beat the brakes off the Bucks when they didn't beat the brakes off the Bucks, but they beat them on the road. And that was in the Bucks. They still had Baker Mayfield, and they were still, a division leading team. So yeah, those are good wins. The kind of wins where you're not saying like, man, they didn't beat. They called a team at the wrong time. No, they called Buffalo right when Buffalo was,
was hot.
Was hot. They were that team. You didn't know Buffalo wasn't that team.
Both of those wins came in a moment
division leaders
where people thought they would lose too.
Right. So the Bears have yet to have that Heisman moment win, so to speak, with that signature win where you're saying like, okay, they've arrived. Like with the Patriots, you're like, oh, I think they may have arrived. Like people are like, man, like they may have the number one seed, in the AFC, and it'll be legit. And they won't necessarily I don't think anybody right now thinks the Patriots couldn't beat the Chiefs, couldn't beat Baltimore, they've already beaten Buffalo. They get to play them again and see what that's like. Or any of the other teams, the Chargers, any other teams that seem to be the playoff caliber teams in the AFC. I think right now, when you look at the Patriots, you're like, I'm solid. Because again, the quarterbacks have they came in the same year. They both had losing seasons last year. They both have, new coaches, although Vrabel's not a new head coach. He's he's new to this current iteration of the Patriots, and they both have defenses that you don't have necessarily the big names, but they seem to be solid, strong defensive coordinating type kind of situations. So I'm just saying there's a lot of similarities. I just think until the Bears have that win, and it could come against Philadelphia, Friday. And as much as we're saying we can maybe catch Philadelphia at the right time, they're still leading their division. They're Super Bowl champions, current Super Bowl champions. So that's a legit win regardless. And then if you follow it up with being the Packers and having 11 day or 8 days or so to prepare for them, or 9 days, whatever it is, to have a little bit longer so they can focus on
the Packers play Thanksgiving Day, so they're gonna have the
same amount of time. Okay.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, even if the Packers do, you have time to prepare for them. At this point, I'll say this. I'm more concerned about I'm not looking at it as they have time to prepare for us. I'm looking at it, we got time to figure them out. Them figuring us out is on them. But this gives the Bears an opportunity to, and I think is this game in Chicago, or which one's in the first one in Chicago or Green Bay?
First one is, I'll have it for you in 1 second here.
Because
we are in Green Bay December 7th.
Right. So to beat Philly in Philly on a short week and come back around and beat Green Bay, which is a significant division because they're the team that's a half a game behind Chicago, to beat Green Bay in Green Bay. If that were to happen, now I'm feeling okay. Like, man, this team may be able to make some noise. This team could be the Washington Commanders of last year, where depending on the matchup, they could find themselves playing for, more than one playoff, more than one playoff win, and see where it goes. But yeah, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Real quick, I'm just looking at the schedule. Did we get flexed already?
Green Bay.
I think the Green Bay game got flexed. It did. It got moved.
So we were always playing the 49ers on Sunday night?
Had to be.
I think so. I think that was one of our games.
Was okay. I thought we were
because only one I've seen being flexed was the Green Bay game.
Okay, so the Green Bay game got flexed to 325.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
So that's the national game on 5. Okay, I got you. Okay. Well, job number one, we got to find some linebackers. I looked on
Edmonds is gone for what, the rest of the season? Maybe he's on
IR.
Did they say that?
He's on IR.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I saw the injury report Thursday, and all the outs, and it was all linebackers. I was like, I don't remember. I can't remember every starting linebacker being out.
Yeah,
at the same
time. I don't remember that. Maybe two. Like I feel like maybe Urlacher and Briggs were hurt for a game.
Oh yeah.
At one point.
For sure.
But there was always, either Hillenmeyer or
right.
What was my man from Northwestern? I can't remember that dude's name now. Good, decent player.
Oh,
Nick.
Yeah. He was going to Raiders. He left.
Went to the Raiders. Yeah,
went to the Raiders. Yeah,
Nick. Damn, I can't remember his name. Oh, anyway, that's not important. But yeah, we're gonna need some help on that defense. The next man up, coaching cliche, came through for the Bears though. I know I've been hearing that since Biddy basketball. Next man up, Coach Smoke. I'm sure you use that that mantra, but that they had to do that on Sunday. Whether it was more defensive backs playing, I know Johnson Gardner played just about every snap of that football game. They were basically playing the nickel in a nickel package the entire game. Hippolyte got hurt, the backup linebacker.
Alman got banged up too.
Yeah, he got came back though. But
And
man,
again, well,
this is not. I don't think this is the game that we need. We need guys guys hurting right now. So hopefully, maybe man, I don't know what you do at this point. It's Thanksgiving week.
you do your best.
Yeah,
You do your good gets better, and your better gets
better
best.
gets best, man. You better have it. You better have it. Um, but yeah, but good job by those guys. I thought, you guys talked about how you never were in doubt. Um, After that first Pittsburgh drive where they took the ball right downfield and scored, and then the Caleb fumble in the end zone, I was like, oh damn, this is not good because we're not gonna be able to stop anything today. But man, they came. The defense came through. Defense came
Mhm.
through and made stops when they needed to. So yeah, heck of a job by them. Um, so it's gonna be an interesting game on Sunday.
Friday.
With the Friday, excuse me, Black Friday, with these Philadelphia Eagles. Um,
I will say this, Caleb, start getting your ass down because you can start to see that the defenders are sick of your shit.
Yeah, that he
what
went
is
to the sidelines with purpose because
what did
he
what did y'all think about the Jalen Ramsey
I
hit
didn't
on
think
the
nothing wrong
sideline?
with it. I mean,
no,
he was still in bounds.
it's football. He kept
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
football. Caleb stopped playing football.
yeah.
Caleb was playing
Uh,
touch, and then he
Good
got
job
touched
by
up.
I commended Gardner Johnson for having his quarterbacks back though on that sideline after that. But
He's looking for a chance to fight him. So he one of them I always tell y'all about. You gotta have a fool on the team. You gotta have a fool
but
on the team.
but yeah, Ramsey was man. It was a legal play.
Oh
It was a
yeah, very
clean
much
play.
so.
Yeah. So yeah. Um, Bears offense coming up this week. What needs to be done to get some points on the board now? They're gonna have to score,
Yeah,
no
I was gonna
doubt.
say I think the Bears, the offense is going to have to bear the shoulder the weight of the victory this time. They got to take the pressure off the defense, and I think ball control to keep Philadelphia, you know, in check to some degree, kind of put a little pressure on their defense, maybe tax them a bit. Um, and the Bears need to establish that run early so they can play action their way to some explosive plays when they need to have them. But you, the main thing is, and we've been saying it all year, they got to stay away from those pre-snap penalties. They got to stay away from any penalty that happens, especially if you have an explosive play. You don't want on the road to have a demoralizing feeling when you get a big play, whether it's a score or some chunks of yards, and then all of a sudden it has to come back because of a holding call or because of you didn't line up the right way or whatever legal procedure, whatever the case might be. So those things they're going to have to be as mistake free, but play loose, but be as mistake free as possible. I think sometimes in a situation like this, playing on the road helps you focus a little bit more. Um, because you don't have the distractions of whatever you might have at home, the distractions or the false sense of security. Okay, this is a home game. We've got some things that are like, no, you got to be on point. I think because it is Super Bowl, reigning Super Bowl champions, it's going to heighten everyone's focus as well. So that part's good. But they got to take the pressure off the defense and establishing a run. Got to use both tight ends. You're going to use both tight ends. And you can't have any drop balls. I mean, I understand you're not going to complete every pass. I understand you're not going to catch every pass. I'm talking about the drop balls where it's like how you drop that kind of pass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you can't, like, what was that? Like Zacchaeus was having a few of those. Like Luther Burden's been really good at catching the ball, but you can't have any lapses out in the field. Loveland and Kmet have been really good. Loveland's looking to be a go-to guy, especially around the red zone now. Odunze is going to have to reestablish himself a bit more. and DJ Moore was taken off the milk carton finally. So you know the utilization of your players, your skill players, when and where on the field is going to come down to obviously execution. I'm not saying anything we don't already know, but you know, being efficient with your execution, but also I'm pointing to the coaches in this game, particularly the offensive coaches. You're going to have to call a hell of a game. They're going to have to be, the coaches are going to be on their game. I'm not saying that they haven't been this year, but they're going to have to really be on their game. Ben Johnson's going to have to be not, when I say in his bag, I don't mean bring out all the special plays, but just that rhythm that a good play caller has. He's going to have to be, you know, an excellent play caller, not just the schemes, but calling your plays, setting things up, all those things that can that separates you from some other dude just with a chart in his hand, picking the plays like Nagy seemed to do. Like, no, you got to have some structure, some purposefulness to what you're doing. You know, you gotta be the chess master. You gotta be playing that board and playing hitting all the right notes and all that stuff. I think it really comes down to the coaching staff, particularly Ben Johnson and the players executing a tight game plan, you know, especially on a short week.
Absolutely. Let's move on to some other NFL stuff. Cleveland and Shador Sanders. That
Now,
was a popular topic on all the shows today.
He's not related. He's not related to Bob Sanders, is he? Super Bowl champion from the Indianapolis Colts.
Not the hard hitting safety. He's the son of a former defensive back though.
Hey,
Barry? You said running back, Barry Sanders. He's one of them Sanders.
Defensive back, sir. Defensive back.
Yeah, Bob Sanders.
No? I said not the hard hitting one.
I'm at a loss.
Oh, okay.
Hope the kid can make it in the pros.
What'd you guys think of his first start in an NFL game?
It was mid.
Yes.
It was mid. He made one play that when he made that play, I said, okay, he should be starting for sure next week. That was it.
It was a safe game plan. You can tell
it was a safe game plan.
When they gave the ball to Junkins inside the 5-yard line both times on Wildcat.
Which I love, by the way, because he is my second running back. So. But it was a
safe game plan.
Safe game plan
against a bad team.
Against a terrible team. And it is what it is. I see. Y'all know how I feel about one. I thought Caleb was a media darling, right? Shador is next level.
Yes, he is.
Shador is next level, and it's sickening to me. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It's sickening to me. One, I've never seen the media openly wish somebody fail. And that's on both sides. They've openly wished Gabriel fail for Shador to get his opportunity. And you have people that openly hope Shador fail because they just don't like him. That to me is crazy in itself. Two, I never seen a screen or screen pass get so much praise in my life. I've seen same guys who shit on quarterbacks, a la Shady McCoy, a la Aqib Talib, because one, Shady, you shit on Justin Fields. Aqib Talib, you shit on Caleb Williams. I seen y'all talk about how quarterbacks complete passes behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, and it's all the receiver that do the work. Y'all made it like this boy. Aqib Talib today said, man, that pass had to be perfect. It had to be right. I was so disappointed in him because I've been really enjoying watching him on it. I was so disappointed. Like, come on, man. Y'all killed Dylan Gabriel for that same pass. And somebody took it to the house. And now we're praising this kid because y'all love him. I understand y'all are fans, but you're in the media. Do your job. Don't be fans, man. That's why I only really watch one show, and that's First Things First, because they gonna keep it real, in my opinion. Even when Nick is all over the goddamn
Kansas Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs, and I think they just like our boy, well, not our boy,
Caleb
Parkins.
Parks. Yeah.
I think they like fucking with him on the show, so that's why he's there. But man, I mean, it was mid. It was mid. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next week against what I'm seeing right now with these 49ers. Let's see what happens.
Did you think Stefanski was a little what's the word I'm looking for here? Uh toned down in his praise of Shador at the end of the game in the locker room?
I don't think I did.
I
It's you can come away feeling that way because of all the noise around and this whole
yeah.
season, even going back to the preseason and everything. And again, the question like, does he even really want Shador? Did he ever really want Shador on the team? But that being said, if I just look at it, if I try to look at it objectively by the game, it's just like what B's been saying. It was a high performance. But, he was a person that, I'm sure was part of the architecture of the game plan. So it was a very protect ourselves, protect him, do what we can to win, thing. What I do like was that it showed that Cleveland has some talent that they haven't really utilized. Fannin came out of freaking nowhere
Mm-hmm.
and had like a heck of a game. And I know about Dylan Sampson because he's an ex-volunteer, but I was glad to see him get on the field because he is a home run hitting kind of
Mm-hmm.
capabilities. Him and Junkins should be playing a lot more off and on. I mean, like, dude, you should be like, they should. I mean, I'm not gonna say Jamar Gibbs and Montgomery, but I'm talking a 1-2 punch in terms of you can utilize both these guys. They're both tough runners. They both have. I think Dylan might be a little faster, but they both can take it to the house. They have the ability to do that. Um, I think if you utilize those guys with your offensive line, I think with that defense, yeah, Cleveland can win another 3 or 4 games out the next 6 or 7 remaining for them for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, with that defense,
The
that
defense
Yeah.
defense is
that,
unreal,
that
man.
defense is crazy. But also, I mean, the Raiders stink.
They do.
Yes.
They do.
They stink. And
They
it's
do.
been and it's been like like that since we played them.
10 sacks yesterday.
And we barely beat
Yeah.
them.
Chip Kelly gets fired.
Yeah.
Well, they
10
they've sacked Justin 9 times?
They got him 9 times a couple years ago. 10 sacks.
10 sacks.
Miles Garrett with 3. He's got 18 on the season already.
The
11
quietest
games in.
18. It's the
That's
quietest 18
crazy.
I've ever heard in my entire life.
I know Stray had last night on the or their whatever you call it overtime show. He said, "Yeah, my record's gone. I already know."
Yeah, he might have that fool might get 30, man. He might have some mad numbers. He might have 30
That's
sacks.
crazy, man.
But
18 sacks
like
in 11 games.
but back to the question you was asking about Stefanski.
That's
I'm like, I honestly I don't know what Stefanski could truly do in this situation to win, as far as win the people over. The people have made up in their mind that you're racist, that you don't like the kid, whatever negative thing you want to say, they made up in their mind.
Yeah.
I can't say whether they're right or wrong because I wasn't paying attention to the Cleveland Browns with Dylan Gabriel as the quarterback or any of that. So I don't know how he reacted when Dylan Gabriel won a game. I mean, he only won one game, so I don't know how he reacted. Um, but but what I do know is that it's extra emphasis on it because it's Shador. That's what I do know. I mean, so it's like it is what it is. Let's see how it continue to pan out, and let's see how this go. I think I'll be shocked if Stefanski's the coach next year.
I would be shocked as well.
Um,
Unless they win with Shador
right.
a lot of games late, and you could tell that even Stefanski seemed like he's bought into, I might have a quarterback I can develop here.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big if, but that, I think, to your point, I agree with you. That on one end has to happen in order for him to stay, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm with you. I'd be surprised if he's back next year.
So whose call was it to draft Shador?
It's got to be the GM's call, I believe.
But they were both. Remember when he got drafted? They both weren't very enthusiastic when the pick came in.
Or maybe the owner. Maybe it's one of those owner things because of I want to sell stuff. Shador. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
my thing is, I think we as people on the outside looking in don't understand how bad of a circumstance that put a person like Stefanski in. We draft Dylan Gabriel, and then we draft Shador Sanders 2 rounds later. It was doomed from jump.
Yeah.
It was
not to
doomed
mention,
from jump.
you picked up Kenny Pickett in the offseason, and you still have Watson on your payroll.
By the way, you saw Watson was on the sideline helping out Shador yesterday. Found that interesting.
Well, somebody's got to have a friend.
Look, Watson like, shoot, it's perfect time to clean my image the way they love Shador. Shoot,
yeah.
They gonna love me.
Shine my love off on me.
I tell you this, Deshaun, you come back healthy, think you want that job back, they gonna hate your ass then. you put Shador job in jeopardy, they gonna hate you then.
Well, if it's a new coach, because it seemed like with Deshaun, and I don't know if he's just done, but it seemed like that system never fit his skill set.
Yeah.
Like it was never a right fit for him. So I don't know what offense is the best offense for him. I don't know, but if a different head coach comes in / offensive coordinator, and Deshaun, you never know. If your quarterback room is a Deshaun Watson that's revitalized, and we've seen other quarterbacks come from obscurity, from the like a phoenix from the ashes, and then you've got Dylan and Shador, and those are your 1, 2, and 3. With another couple of players on offense maybe to help you out with that defense, I don't know. You never know.
So I asked this, and this is kind of flipping the script a little bit. If you're Dylan Gabriel, do you want to be there?
If you're Dylan Gabriel and
I
you're
guess
under
you
6 foot,
you don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
At
this point,
I guess in that mindset, then yeah, you're right. Because I feel like, do I think Shador is better than Dylan Gabriel? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I feel like, but damn, let's not shit on this kid because we in love with this
one. Yeah,
I'm not.
But no, I'm not saying you do that. But that's what the media has done.
Well, like you said,
like Dylan, like Dylan is a casualty of war. He's a casualty of war. It's like, and granted, they've given Stefanski that smoke too. They've given the coach that smoke too. But it's like, damn, I know that kid confidence is super cooked. Why would I want to stay there? But like you said, he probably can't go. Ain't nobody gonna pick him up. So,
bro, look, I think sometimes, yes, everything to what you're saying, and I think what gets lost because of everything that has happened is that the contextual aspect of things before all of this. By all of this, I mean before the draft happened and Cleveland did to itself what it's done to itself. Dylan Gabriel, solid college quarterback, was in there for like 17 years in college on like 25 different teams. He was on a very good Oregon team. I think was a very good college quarterback. But I think what got exposed was like, you're not ready for pros when Oregon got the shit kicked out of them. by Ohio State in the playoffs last year. And that it wasn't even close. It's like, dude, that's the kind of competition you'll be facing week in and week out. That Ohio State team was a team full of, potential, not only first rounders, but guys that will probably be starting, if they're not starting already, by year 2, they'll be starting in the pros. That's what you're going to be facing year in and year out. His height is a bit of an issue. He's not Kyler Murray. He ain't getting away from the cover from pressure like that. He's not Drew Brees, where he has the benefit of playing indoors, because Gabriel has a NFL-ish arm, but he ain't laser zipping stuff. You need to be an exceptional athlete and have exceptional qualities when you're height challenged at the quarterback position as far as NFL goes. You just have to be. Yeah. And he doesn't exhibit. So my point is, wherever he was drafted in the NFL, to me, he was going to be at best a solid backup. He's not a frontline starter. Nothing about him to me has ever screamed, this guy is going to be your franchise quarterback. He's never given me that kind of vibe, even going back to college. So why would anybody want to hang their hat on, by anybody, Stefanski, hang your hat on, this is my guy? No. And I'm not saying Shedeur necessarily is your franchise quarterback, but I get that this guy can handle being an NFL quarterback a bit more than Gabriel. And to your point, that pass he made, I'm like, Gabriel doesn't make that pass. Gabriel may not even escape long enough to be able to make that pass, let alone complete the pass. And that pass was on the money. That wasn't an accidental pass. And I say that because I've seen him do that in college a lot. He did that in Colorado. He ran for his life in Colorado a lot. So, yeah, I think Dylan, like you said, he's a casualty, but by the same token, it's like, dude, like, I don't know. There's 31 other teams, and I don't think any one of them are saying, I got to have you. I just don't. There's at least 10 other guys. Right. I take Spencer Rattler over Dylan Gabriel, and I'm not a big Spencer Rattler fan.
I agree there. It's just wild.
Hell, I take the kid from Indiana in college right now over Dylan Gabriel. I think he can come in and I think if he goes to the Jets, that'll be a good spot for him, because he's 6'5", 2 something. That makes a difference, man. You got pinpoint accuracy.
Wow, it's just a wild dynamic there. I mean, we in year 2 with Caleb, and these guys in the media still saying the Bears aren't 100% sure if we have our franchise quarterback. And that boy beat the goddamn Las Vegas Raiders. And those same media people saying the Browns have found their franchise quarterback. I just can't help myself but to be on the opposite end right now, at least. Right now, because it's just damn. And I'm one that everyone know that I haven't been the biggest Caleb supporter at all, but damn, I know he's better than Shedeur Sanders. That's what I'm going to say for sure.
Caleb? Oh, for sure.
I know that shit for a fact. And so it's like, I've always had a problem with that. I don't know if it's shown in our history on the podcast. I've always had a problem when the media just overly show how much they like a person, which then flips to how I look at how they view other people. And so, like I say, I thought Caleb was a media darling until he wasn't. And I'm seeing I had that assessment wrong as hell, because he ain't on this level. He got fans, but this my Shedeur got a goddamn coat.
Well, Shedeur is generational when it comes to media coverage. He's a generational quarterback when it comes to media coverage. I'll say that.
Oh, man. Bears Eagles opening line. Bears are getting 7 points.
Yeah, 7-point dog.
Yep.
On the road. I know what? I would jump on the Bears just because they keep all the games close. I mean, outside of Detroit.
So we think.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, the linebacker situation, it can be exposed. I mean, hey, Saquon, I'll say that, here's going to be a problem. The Bears still have an issue stopping a run. I mean,
Yep.
Gainwell was gashing the Bears. I know he had the one big run, but he still had some other significant runs too. Saquon, they could be looking at the Bears as a get right game for their running game. And as much as we talked earlier, and you asked me earlier, what did the Bears offense have to do to get right? Same question could be asked about Philadelphia's offense. What can they do to get right? And they've got a lot more accomplished players than the Bears do. 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and obviously, Pro Bowl running back in Saquon. So, and Jalen Hurts is a running factor too. So there's going to be a lot of pressure put on that linebacking crew in the front 7 of the Chicago Bear defense. So yeah, that it can be a bit of an issue, especially on a short week. If there's anything, if you got Saquon on your fantasy team, I would say you definitely don't bench him. You need to have a plus start by his name.
Man, the Bears, a lot of 3rd-and-1s. The Bears had, which
Unusual.
goes into that Eagles tush push.
Yeah.
Should be interesting. Let's go to picks, fellas. We can get out of here. Last week, GM finished number 1. He was 3-0. I went
sleep.
1-2.
Don't sleep
And
on that
Smoke,
old man.
You went 0-3, but
Damn.
2 of your games were within a half a point.
Yeah, that's bad beats right there.
Yeah,
that's a classic bad beats right there.
Yeah. So I am still in first place, 15-12 overall. GM, you are 13-11, and Smoke, you're at 10-14. So Smoke, you are up first. Thanksgiving week.
13, right?
Correct.
I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys plus 3.5.
I know, right?
Yeah. I think I'm going to take Cincinnati plus 7 versus Baltimore. And forget it. I might as well get my. Oh, wait. Oh, I went down too far. I will get my weekend over by Friday. I'm actually take Philly minus the 7.
Really? You think they're gonna win by double digits, huh? Interesting.
Maybe I'll be wrong. I've been losing, so maybe this will be the loss. So I'll take it.
What do you got?
Oh, I thought you was next. Oh, we're going by total.
Yeah.
Oh man, it messed me up there. Well, in that case, wait, where's the college at? That's the college.
It was a fast Monday night game.
I'm trying to find college.
It's on there. I saw it.
I don't know if I'm on. Let's see, MLB, NBA. Try this one more time. I don't know why I don't see college. Huh. It is.
You on Vegas
weird.
Insider?
Yeah, I'm a Vegas Insider.
Go to NCAAF on the
no, I'm saying bar. I don't see NCAA at all. Top bar is what I'm saying. I don't see it on there.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
VegasInsider.com. I don't know why mine is tripping. Try one more again. Meanwhile, I am taking the Chiefs plus 3.5.
Wait, you mean minus 3.5? Or you taking Dallas?
No, I'm sorry. My bad. I meant the Chiefs game, but I'm taking Dallas.
Right. Taking the Cowboys.
My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologize. Thanks, Smoke. Catch me on that one. And I'm also taking the Dolphins -6. Against I forget who the Dolphins are playing. Somebody beatable.
Miami Dolphins are playing the Saints.
Yes, like I said, somebody beatable. And it's some good rivalry games in college. You got the Egg Bowl in Mississippi State and Ole Miss. You got Iowa, Nebraska. It's a big rivalry.
Yeah, if you can't find it, give me a game you want.
I am going to take. Ooh, that should be interesting. I'm going on a limb here, and I'm going to take A&M -2.5 on the road against Texas. I think they might win by a field goal. That's a good game right there.
You said -2.5?
Yeah, -2.5 on the road against the Longhorns.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a good one right there.
All right. I'm going to start in college.
Ohio State, Michigan. Ooh. Michigan's getting 10? Oh shit.
I'm gonna take Alabama -5.5 in the Iron Bowl.
That's a pretty good bet. Auburn has been. Dude, I can't believe Michigan is getting 10 as a home dog against Ohio State. A ranked Michigan team. That's crazy.
In the NFL, I will take.
I couldn't talk you into it, huh? Just trying to talk you into it.
I'm gonna take the Packers plus the 2.5 on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And I'm gonna take the Ram -10 going to Carolina for an early game.
I thought about that one, but
man, they looked the way
unstoppable.
they looked Sunday. Oh my God.
Yeah. They look like Super Bowl champions.
They're a good football team.
Oh my God.
They're a good football team, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Hey, fellas, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Easy Smoke and the GM podcast. I almost said the Super Duper podcast. We want to thank everyone for listening out there. We greatly appreciate it. You can catch our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or wherever you find your favorite podcast. You can also catch the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Go to hp53productions.com. Go to YouTube, search for hp53productions.com, and there you'll find our podcast and the Super Duper podcast hosted by Rob Griggs. Everybody have a very, very, very happy Thanksgiving. Glenn, please take them out.
Yep. Hey, like we always say, here on Easy Smoking and GM Podcast, we ain't saying we're right, but we can never be wrong with fans like Teresa Thompson. Thank you very much for being one of our erstwhile fans. Echo what Issa said. Happy holidays to everyone. This Thanksgiving coming up. And go Bears.
Bears. Thanks, Teresa.